You've made it to Chiro Hustle. Sit back and learn from the greatest influencers in the profession. This week's episode is brought to you by Imaging Services, ChiroThin, Chiro Moguls, Mahalo Wellness, McCaffrey's Clinical Mentoring, Local Gold, Chiro Health USA, The Goodman Factor, Chiropractic Rocks, Winner's Edge, Accident Records, Chiro Tax Pro, Full Script, your online dispensary, and Digital Hustle. Let's hustle!
Facebook Live, welcome. This is a sponsorship edition. I have Dr. Gabe Ellis coming in today from the Chicagoland area. And this is Mahalo Wellness. If you guys want more about his content and his brand, click the link in the description above. I always like to give a preemptive close just so people that watch it for the first 30 seconds know where to go to get the goods. So Dr. Gabe, welcome, man.
What's up, Jim? Thanks for having me, man. Good to be here.
Yeah, so we've had a pretty good wrap session before we went live, and we just kind of caught up on, brand awareness and marketing. And right now is the wild, wild west for, CBD and supplements. And let's just talk a little bit about like the genesis of your program and how you decided to actually roll out. I know you're now in 23 states, which just kind of blows my mind. And I know there's other people out there right now that are like, well, I don't know what products to trust. I don't know where to go and get them. And I don't know who to work with. So I know we're going to talk about business opportunities and some free shit. So let's start out first and let's talk about the genesis and the inception of Mahalo Wellness.
Yeah, it's kind of a twofold story, but let me just kind of take it from the beginning. You've been working with Chiros for as long as you can remember. I distinctively remember when I started practice, there was like this medical side and the chiropractic side was down a little bit further. And I always remember thinking like, how do we bridge that gap? A lot of principal chiropractors talk about, that exact same thing is, how do we get people in the community to think about chiropractors before they think about medical doctors and be the primary source. And so, what other values can we add to the chiropractic business and to bring people in and not always having just to rely on just an adjustment to, get to your peak health. And so that was always a thought process in the back of my mind. And then it was basically like just throwing darts and trying to figure out, okay, what can we do and where is this going to fall? And as we were just talking about, we realize in life we don't have as much control as maybe as we think we do. Things come together naturally and out of our control. And when your eyes are open, your ears are open, then you can start to see some new opportunities. So that's kind of what happened. My partner and our man on the ground, Mike Liago, had been texting me and bugging me to check out the research behind CBD. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, like, I can't even sell this stuff at my clinic, so why bother? But thankfully, he bugged me enough, and it prompted me to really start diving into the research, and it blew my mind how much research about CBD had been done, and why haven't we been hearing about it, and why didn't we study it, and why didn't we learn about it?
Well, I think that there's still like a journey for people that they're on right now, and they're like, CBD's cannabis. Is that true, or is it a derivative?
So yeah, there's a whole spectrum of cannabinoids, right? And so, with the CBD that we use, we're using hemp plants and not marijuana plants. So the biggest difference is that one is legal in all 50 states and one is not. The other big difference is one gets you high or gives you a psychoactive effect, where CBD from our hemp plants and our products do not give anybody a psychoactive. So safe for children, safe for adults, safe for people that are operating heavy machinery. Doesn't matter. Yeah. And your body, endogenous, Jim. So that was actually the thing that blew my mind, I guess. It's that your body already produces and makes this, and there's a system within your body designed for it. And so once I saw that research, I'm like, holy shit, man, this is so congruent with what I'm already doing to influence the nervous system inside of our clinics and to help our patients. And it was so parallel and made such perfect sense that I jumped in. And then, speaking of the control thing, I did want control of this aspect because I'd been a part of different supplement companies and had products in the clinic. And I noticed some trends where, there was a price point, but now patients could get it cheaper at the health food store or on Amazon. And so I wanted to be able to designed our whole Mahalo business for the chiropractor and make them successful within using CBD. So it wasn't just a crapshoot.
Yeah, and I know that that's something you wanted to discuss a little bit today too, about how other people that might be interested in the Mahalo brand could become a partner with you and have the opportunity of actually giving a trusted value product to their patient base, because there's nothing worse than, getting like, I'm sure you get it all the time. Some like buddy you've never heard of before sends you like a message and says, "Hey, I have this thing and I want to help you, like do this and do this." And you're like, "I don't even know you." And it's like,
yeah. Would you be interested in making some money? Like, yeah. Who the hell are you? Yeah, what's the money?
But yeah, when you think about like what you've created, now you've created opportunities for chiropractors and people to make a little bit of money and help people with good quality products.
Yeah, so it had to fit a few criteria, because the chiropractic profession that's my love. That's where I want to spend all my energy and time. I wanted the sole purpose of it to be for the chiropractor. And if I was going to do that, then the responsibility of actually taking chiropractors through a training session, at least so they understand the CBD and understand the product and where it's from, because like you mentioned, the wild west of CBD is here. It's been here, and everybody, and I said this like a year and a half ago, I was like, every chiropractic clinic will have CBD in their shelves within the next couple of years. And it's kind of turning out to be exactly that. But if that's going to happen, now you got to make sure you have the right stuff on your shelf. And then more importantly, you got to know how to use it so that your patients are getting the benefit. And, as the chiropractor, you're already their trusted source. So why not, have them buy it from your clinic? And then, the business end of it, you're going to make some more money and help some more people.
And that goes back to like the core of existence. You just want to make sure that you're promoting good quality products within your system and using the tools the right way. And I think that CBD is just kind of like a tool. It's for people to be able to implement for better quality of life. And it's one of those things that they, like you said, they've done a ton of research on it. And it's become something of like the new kid on the block for helping people with health concerns. And the adjustment obviously makes a huge impact on the physiology of somebody. There's a chemical release within the body. And but when you think about it, whenever you are adjusting, there's obviously the reason that it's necessary is because there's some type of inflammation phase inside of the body. And I think that that's what people within the chiropractic space, they really pay attention to as chiropractors, that the subluxation causes inflammation. But just because you're adjusting that segment doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to relieve inflammation immediately. So this is something that can pair with the adjustment and allow that person that might be in like an extreme case of pain and help them out quicker.
Well, and you're absolutely right. So it's like, we always talk about lifestyle and nutrition and exercise. Like a lot of patients, it's not realistic for them to do all the things that we're preaching about and that we do in our own lives. So I was blown away when I started using CBD in my clinic just to see the results that patients got and how quickly they got them. It actually did what I thought in the beginning. It started bridging this gap where, most people take medications because, well, who knows why they take them, but they tend to stay on them because they had a result that was relatively quick. And so as we know in chiropractic, like our adjustments are going to help you. Given the amount of time and given that you follow the right protocols and see a good chiropractor. But CBD was one of those things where I started getting new patients in that, they weren't so sold on chiropractic or weren't even interested in seeing me. But if you get in front of me for 5 minutes to talk about CBD, you're most likely going to become a chiropractic patient because I just bridge them together. And I'm talking about the same concepts of within the body, healing inside out. And CBD it's like the same conversation with just 3 different letters. I mean, it truly is. Yeah.
You've made it to Chiro Hustle. Sit back and learn from the greatest influencers in the profession. This week's episode is brought to you by Imaging Services, Chirothin, Chiro Moguls, Mahalo Wellness, McCaffrey's Clinical Mentoring, Local Gold, Chiro Health USA, The Goodman Factor, Chiropractic Rocks, Winner's Edge, Accident Records, Chiro Tax Pro, Full Script, your online dispensary, and Digital Hustle. Let's hustle!
It's easy, and that's like one of all of our docs, Jim, that I train. Like they all say the same thing. It's just been like the new kid, it's sometimes you want to like stay away and just kind of see like what this person's all about or this product's all about. But the nice thing about it is you get to be the same principal chiropractor talking about what you talk about, because the CBD will just naturally work its way in your clinic, and it will become the same machine that it is for my clinic and docs across the country that are just loving it.
Yeah, I think that those things were very important for us to talk about, like vision behind the product, which I think that a lot of times we always assume that people know what we do because we do it every day.
Yeah.
And there's a reason and impetus behind why we do the things that we do and why we produce Chiro Hustle. We want more people to be able to hear the chiropractic truth unencumbered with, no one is like, putting us into a position that we have to say, yes, I have to listen to what that person's saying. No, we're very selective. We only pick the greats, and we only pick people with great messages. So pairing up with a brand like Mahalo Wellness, we only pair up with great reputable businesses.
I appreciate that, man. Yeah, I mean, it's all, the business is built just like yours is. It's on core values. Like there's some things that absolutely have to happen. And then I won't cut corners on, or I won't do it any other way, because at the end of the day, it's my damn reputation on the line. So, I got a mission behind it. But yeah, you're absolutely right, man. It's built on the foundation of the same principles chiropractic is.
Well, let's talk a little bit about, I know that I put in the tag above that there's some opportunity for freemiums for people to get some salve and some tincture. What do they have to do for that, and how long are we making that available to them?
Yeah, so as an appreciation to you, man, and all your listeners and your audience, we are going to go ahead and give away two of our most popular products. One's a 600 milligram salve, and so that's something, it's a topical that docs can use right at their adjusting table and let patients kind of try it out. And then we're also going to give away a tincture for free. What do you call it? A freemium?
Freemium.
Yeah, we're going to put a little bit, I want people to take advantage, but we'll do a 48-hour special for anybody that wants to take advantage. They just go to the Mahalo Wellness, and then we'll put a link in there's a Chiro Hustle actual page that we'll put in there for those people that want to take advantage of it.
Yeah, and we're going to be emailing that out to our list too. And
nice.
I'm going to share this into multiple groups when we're done. So people that make it to the end, they get rewarded with listening to what we talked about with Mahalo Wellness and the brand. I know that we're going to figure out some different avenues to get more attention to your product, but what does it mean for having like one doc like step on board and work with you? I know that it's always the power of one. So let's talk about, what does it mean to your business to have one person start to work with you?
Well, one doc is what's the average chiropractic clinic? How many patients a week? I mean, you're touching, and this was the fourth, within my own practice, I can only see X amount of people, right? So with Mahalo, it was a way to branch out, help more people without having to directly put my hands on them. And so, each doc that we get, we call it the Mahalo family, right? So we got this big group of Mahalo docs. And I'm like, you man, I just want to be around people that share the same thoughts and are in the same energy and level that I am. And most chiropractors just automatically fit that. So, that every Wednesday and Friday, that's all I'm doing. I'm on the phone with docs, answering questions, helping them train, helping them, really become the expert behind CBD. And, yeah, if that's labeled as work, man, then I'll work all day because that shit's fun.
Well, cool. I really appreciate you coming on today and supporting what we do with Chiro Hustle. It's a great relationship that we built together, and I look forward to a wonderful opportunity to do more work with you and your brand. Is there anything I didn't touch on with you today that you'd like to share with our audience? The
last thing I'll say, Jim, I appreciate you having me on here today, and always be a supporter of what you do in Chiro Hustle in particular. We're living in some crazy times right now. People's stress is heightened. We were just talking about this before the show. To me, there's no better time to understand CBD than now, because it elicits that parasympathetic response in your body, which allows your body to handle and adapt to stress better. And so I know that every chiropractic clinic has a bunch of patients that are confused, scared, heightened sympathetic nervous fight or flight response. and adjust them all day long. But let's take it one step further and give them something that's going to just like help them express health better than they did the day before. So.
Well, it goes back to what I tell people when I'm out doing chiropractic marketing events is if I don't tell you the truth about chiropractic today, someday somebody will close you for drugs or surgery. And I think that that's true about CBD. If we don't tell people the truth about CBD today, eventually somebody will close them for drugs or surgery.
Yeah.
And I think that those two paired together, we have to tell the truth about chiropractic and CBD. Otherwise, eventually somebody will close them for drugs or surgery.
And we got to be open to learning about it too, Jim, right? Like a lot, I think as a profession, we got blinders on sometimes where it's adjustment. And we've got to, in order to adapt like every other profession and every other healer, we have to be open, at least dive in and learn. And that's where I'm helping docs. I'm helping them take out the time of learning it all and teaching them the basics. So.
Well, let me ask you a couple actionable things before we wrap up today. Say you mentioned parasympathetic. If you want to have an impact on parasympathetic, is somebody going to want the tincture for that, or are they going to want the salve for that?
Either product works. What the key, and this is with almost every patient, any condition, is how you dose them. And so that's what I've been studying for the last 3-4 years now, is just every sort of condition, every sort of person, figure out a protocol on how to dose them and find the right product, because some people do better on a tincture versus a capsule. And that's what I train our docs on is, what are you looking for within the person in front of you, and then giving them the best opportunity to feel the benefits and, gain the trust of your CBD product. So yeah, parasympathetics will be elicited no matter what with any good quality CBD product.
Well, see, there I am as a neophyte. I don't know everything I need to know about, what CBD does or the best way to use it as an application. So then I guess the other question is, how long would you say that somebody needs to actually course CBD through their daily routine in order for it to have like, an effect on them? And is it like an immediate thing, or does somebody need like 2 weeks? Does somebody need like a month, or like, does it have to rely on like their BMI and toxicity levels?
Those are good questions, man. Here's the way that I'll explain it, and without getting too in depth, but you've got different, you're seeing all sorts of different people throughout the day. The patients in your clinic that are overstressed, underslept, right? Their sleep patterns are horrible. Their moods are unstable and all over the place. And those are the people that are going to, literally within 3 to 7 days, those people are coming back like, all right, I need to know what this was. And, how does it work so well? Because we're on this flight in life where we don't even understand how stressed we are, because it's become so just common to, your everyday. And so because of that, when you get that trigger of that relaxation, when your body's what it actually should be doing more throughout the day than not, the effects are usually immediately. Now, some people working on just wellness, it's going to take longer because obviously there's not like a symptom manifesting. Cancer patients, different. Autoimmune conditions are a little bit different. So that's where I spend time teaching docs on that to make them the most successful doc with the product in their clinic.
Yeah, so the specificity around it is something I think a lot of people are challenged with. And just like in chiropractic, chiropractors never want to just pop and pray. They want to know where they're actually like researching and taking x-rays and doing exams, and where they're going to make a specific adjustment to make sure that the body's holding. Because in chiropractic, as they always say, holding is healing. And I think that that's something that Mahalo does for people as well, as it allows them to hold health. And when people hold health, then that's healing. And when you think about like the course of life, we all want to be in a healing state rather than in a disease state. And as chiropractors have always been taught, if you have lack of ease, then you're in disease. And I think that Mahalo is a brand that can help bring the patient back to ease, to where the body actually has long-term healing properties inside of it that I think a lot of people are just really confused, man. And I asked some questions that I think that you've helped some people that will be watching this. And if you guys watch this on replay, #replay in the comments below. If you guys want the freemium, click in the links and say, I want it now. and let us know that you want the product now, and we'll make sure that we get connected with you to where you get either the salve or the tincture sent out to you. And Gabe, thank you so much, man, for giving us some wisdom and jamming with me on this the sponsorship edition today.
Jim, thanks, man. The world needs the world needs us more than ever. All the chiropractors listening, man, we got to step our game up, man. We're here to help, and we got to take it to a whole nother level. So thank you. I appreciate you, man.
Now more than ever.
Yeah.
Connect with Gabe and myself, and we will help you guys out, and hopefully demystify some of these things that you need to have knowledge about on the world of CBD. And just love and appreciate you, man, and we'll catch you on the next one. Okay.
Thanks, Jim.
Mahalo.
Mahalo.
Thank you for listening to Chiro Hustle Live. Don't forget to subscribe and check back next week to continue hustling.